Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dashcast. I am Curtis Dash, and joined with me, as always, is my wonderful co-host, Brandon Colango. Brandon, say hello.
All right, what's up?
So, we're ready for Week 6 here, and we just got done recording our podcast special for the Bucs and Packers game, or Packers at Bucs game at 425, and we'll briefly talk about it in this podcast. But as you guys know the drill, we're going to go down the list, give us some pick'ems, talk about games that might interest us. I'm going to tell you the first thing is we couldn't care less about this first game. We got the Atlanta Falcons to Minnesota Vikings at 1 p.m. I don't know if any team can win this game. I'm going Vikings, but I don't. Oh, no, I actually wanted to change this. I'm actually considering going Falcons here. No Dalvin Cook for Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, he had an awkward little misstep last week.
Yeah, so I think this could be a really good chance for Atlanta to pick up their first win here. I think right now I'm going to lean towards Atlanta, but man, there are so many players that Julio Jones isn't playing for is Matt Ryan due for a win?
Nope, I got Minnesota.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go Minnesota as well. I don't
They,
obviously I don't care about either team.
yeah, who's their back? Their backup does pretty well when he comes in
I was
for
just thinking maybe
Minnesota.
Todd Gurley would finally go off because Minnesota's not really all that great.
Yeah, I
So
mean, I could see that for sure, but I don't know if the Falcons. I think the Falcons' biggest problem has been stopping people.
I mean,
They've had lots
yeah,
of problems, honestly.
yeah, they.
They've
It's
had.
just
It's hard to say what the biggest problem is.
they're just a legitimate train wreck of a franchise. And it's so hard because it's like I don't think they should be that bad, but
Right.
they definitely
They just
are.
are. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and move on from that. Chicago Bears and Carolina Panthers. The majority of the country is going to go with the 4-1 Chicago Bears here. I am not doing that. Again, I have
Mm.
said it on multiple occasions. They are the fakest 4-1 team I have ever seen, and that does include the Cleveland Browns, which we'll get to later. Carolina's played healthy as of late. They've played well. Teddy Bridgewater's doing pretty well. I just see this. I see this happening.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't see it necessarily. I got to completely disagree with you. I think after last week, I saw a little bit of what the Bears can do on defense, and Nick Foles is as clutch as they come, and this is a different team led by Nick Foles. I'm sorry, it just is. I do think the Panthers are good, and I think they'll fight hard. However, I'm leaning Bears, and I'm pick Bears.
Yeah, I can't blame you. All right, let's move on to the Bengals Colts here. This is an interesting game. A lot of people are definitely leaning towards the Colts even after their giant train wreck of a performance that Philip Rivers kind of threw up there at the very end of last week. In general, the Bengals have obviously not performed all that well in the slightest either. I am leaning on the Colts. The majority of the country is as well. What about you?
Yeah, I'm leaning Colts. Not because I like the Colts and have any faith in them. I just think they have all of the right makings of giving Joe Burrow a hard time. I think Joe Burrow will play good, but the Colts have a good line. And they're out. They've got a pretty good defense. I just think they outmatch the Bengals pretty much in every way, shape, or form. Now, if the Colts had Joe Burrow, I'd be very nervous. Whew.
That would be an interesting
Yikes.
team.
Yeah. But anyways, I that's not the case. The Bengals are still just a very bad team, and the Colts aren't a great team, but they will, I'm pretty sure, beat the Bengals.
Yeah, and the thing about the Bengals that I want to stress here is AJ Green, I think, is back, but he has been dealing with injuries. And I guess there was an article I just read not long before we recorded that he really wants to stay in the Bengals. And I don't know if he's saying the right thing. It's not like he's ever made an indication to leave Cincinnati, but he's never really been given the opportunity to leave Cincinnati. I don't know what AJ Green needs to do, but I know that staying in Cincinnati, consistently being injured, is not going to help his career. I think getting out is a smart idea. I don't care if the team is on the up and up. Go win now. You deserve it. You've done your time, my friend. Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers is the next game. Who you got?
So this was a game where I was not in love with either team,
Same.
but I actually I have some sympathy with what you're saying in terms of the Browns being a fake 4-1 team. But I think the Steelers are a fake 4-0 team. And so I just think the Browns are more talented, and I think they're going to just win. I'm leaning Browns. That's my upset of the week.
Yeah, so normally I would agree with you, but I'm pretty sure the Browns are not going to have Odell or blanking
Jarvis?
me.
Landry?
Yeah, I can't remember. I know two of their top receivers or something like that were sent home, or two of their top players were sent home with illness.
Well, yeah, so Baker, Odell, and Jarvis Landry are all questionable, but they're not out.
No, they're not
So,
out. So, and I think that's the thing is you have a Steelers team who are they're hungry and they're healthy. They want to play. They've been dealing with this COVID train wreck. Like
mhm.
I think they've kind of like, all right, we've had enough. We've got to get this done. I think they're gonna be.
I don't know. They let the Eagles hang around for quite a while this last week. I'm not sold on the Steelers.
I don't
Sorry,
want
I'm
to say
just
I'm
not.
sold on them
They're due for a loss, too. There's a couple teams this
from
week that are due
Cleveland.
for a loss. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, we did. We did. We'll get to that. Broncos, Patriots. Broncos sitting at 1-3. Patriots sitting at 2-2. Cam is now off the IR list, so a lot of people are voting Patriots. I'm one
Uh-huh.
of those people. What about you?
I am also one of those people.
Yeah.
Patriots should win if Cam's back.
Lions, Jags. Now this is a game. This is a game I really am not sure on. The Lions, I believe, are coming off a bye. The Jags have not looked good. Not that the Lions have looked all that great. I have, at this moment on my pick'ems, I do have the Jaguars checked. I need you to tell me why I'm wrong and tell me why I'm right.
I love the Jags. I love the Jags. However, my check is sitting on the Detroit Lions right now. And I think
I like how you understand, though.
exactly, yeah, because would I love for the Jags to win? Absolutely. Would I love for us to make a playoff run? You bet. Do I see it happening? No. And I'm sorry because I love them, but it's unfortunate. The Detroit Lions are a better team. They're coming off a bye. I just seen them having the upper hand.
The Lions do give up a lot of points. 42 against Green Bay, 35 against New Orleans, 26 against Arizona, and 27 against Chicago. The Jags have obviously given up 30, 33, 31, 33, 27 respectively.
I
It's going
have.
to be a high-scoring game.
Let's just take a look at the top players. We got Matthew Stafford and Minshew. Pretty actually even got I'm not even gonna sit here and act like Minshew doesn't match up pretty well with
Minshew's got a
Stafford
higher QBR, more touchdowns, and more passing yards this year than Stafford.
and more interceptions.
Well, we don't talk about those.
So, anyways, but they also have AP. Don't sleep on AP.
They have
a
had
good running
two
game.
down weeks. This would be a nice week for him
He's
to
ready
return
to.
for a lot of
I
people.
think I have a good. Well, I don't want to see it, but I have a feeling that he's going to go off against our defense.
Yeah, see, none of that changed my mind. I'm going to have to go with the Jags. Jags are due for a win. I think it can happen. And if there's one team in the entire NFL that would screw it up, it would be Detroit. I'm just going to go ahead and move on here. You said, are you going to stay with the Lions, though? Actually, I should wait. Got to double check.
Well, so I actually I do want to bring up their top receiver, the Jags. Yeah, Chenault has been playing really well. I've been impressed with him for sure, and so yeah, I'm still sticking with Detroit. I think they're gonna win.
Detroit brings up a positive thing about the Jags. It's just like, screw it.
Got to go with the gut.
Yeah, we got the Texans Titans here, a 1-4 team and a 4-0 team. Like I said, Billy O'Brien is going for the Houston Texans. They pick up their first win of the season after the Wicked Witch of the Houston Texans has been killed. Doesn't matter. Go in Tennessee. Don't really care.
Possible trap game, but I also am going Tennessee.
Yeah, so far no real trap games for me. Not nothing I'm really sketchy about. Let's go ahead and jump to an amazing NFC East matchup here between two stellar football teams in the Washington football team and the New York Football Giants. A lot of people are going, more than half the country is going to go to New York, get their first win. Washington is a pretty bad football team. However, they do have a win. I have my check mark on Washington under one condition. Alex Smith starts this game. If Alex Smith doesn't start this game, doesn't matter. Giants win. Kyle Allen is not a good quarterback. I'm so tired of Rivera. Why are you not starting Alex Smith? The guy was. Do you think all of a sudden he's bad and that football knowledge is gone? The guy's probably 15 times as smart as he was. Start Alex Smith, and you're paying him like $20 million. I don't really know if that's true, but I think they're paying him a lot of money. Yeah. Anyway, how do you feel about my giant rant there? I didn't really realize I was going to get into a tangent about a 1-4 football team and an 0-5 football team. But
hey, you know how I get on my tangents. I got my quarterbacks that I love, and Alex Smith is definitely one of those quarterbacks. I will say that if Allen or Alex Smith plays, I have the Washington football team. And I'm sorry, everyone that picked the Giants they like the Giants more than the football team. The football team, they're hard to like. They were Washington Redskins all this time, and this is the way we are. This is what we're going to do. And then they caved, and they didn't even come up with a name. And now they're the Washington football team, and people kind of like the Giants. You know, they took away 2 Super Bowls from the Patriots.
I do like that. Big fan.
From Bill Belichick, honestly,
Huge
but
fan.
that's we won't go down that rabbit hole. I think regardless of whether Allen or Alex Smith plays, Washington wins. I would love to see them go with Alex Smith because, frankly, he's the best quarterback on that team, and he was the starter.
You could argue he's the best quarterback in that division, can't you?
That's right, because no more I would argue that, yeah.
So here, listen, Rivera, I know you never, if you're ever listening to the Dashcast, just frickin' start Alex Smith. Anyway, you're still going Washington regardless, though, right?
Yeah.
You might have talked me into not changing my check mark, but we'll go ahead and jump to the last 1 o'clock game here. Baltimore Ravens, Philadelphia Eagles. Don't really think this is going to be a competition. 2 birds. Only one's going to survive, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the one that can literally run faster than the speeding bullet. I'm going to go with Baltimore. What about you, my friend?
Yeah, Baltimore too. Beagles will roll over like they've been. I think the Ravens will beat them much more handily than the Steelers did. Let's just say that.
Fair. We've got the Jets and Dolphins as the first of the 4:05, 4 o'clock games. Maybe we'll got one more after that, but the 4 o'clock game here. The Jets, Dolphins. Who you got? I don't really think this will be a competition.
Gotta go with my Dolphins.
Yeah, and what a giant landslide, I would assume.
Florida represent. Always love when Florida can beat a good New York team.
I'll go ahead and just lean with the Dolphins, and then we'll jump to the Packers Bucs real quick.
Yeah, I'm leaning Dolphins, but I do want to take a moment to say, what you doing? You guys got to be putting Tua in the game. No. Let's go.
No.
I want to see Tua.
No.
You drafted him. Let's see him.
Next year. So he's under contract for 4 years. Paying him anyway next year. But Packers Bucs. Like I said, we actually have a super special for this. We highly recommend you listen to that if you enjoy either of our banter about the Packers Bucs. If you enjoy either team, or if you enjoy Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, or even don't. It was an entertaining podcast. I'm obviously going to go Green Bay. Brandon, you're going to go Tampa Bay, right?
I guess you could call this my upset game.
Yeah.
Because it looks like the people have already decided.
People have spoken. It is decided, hopefully. That I hope it works out that way, but it'll be a great game regardless.
The Brady haters all decided to go and vote.
This it will be in the description with the timestamps that podcast will for you guys to hear. Please give it a listen. It's about 15, 16 minutes long. I think you guys will highly enjoy it. We're going to go to Sunday Night Football here in the Rams and San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers desperately need a big win after continuously being hurt. However, I am going to go with the Los Angeles Rams. I don't know about you.
Yeah, easy. I don't, like I said, I didn't see the San Fran making the playoffs this year. I still don't see that. I expect the Rams are too talented. And San Francisco is talented. They're a little banged up. They, who knows what the deal is with Garoppolo and the abyss they have at quarterback right now.
I mean, so I do want to talk about them very, very quickly here. When it comes to Jimmy G, he was benched for Berthard that game because allegedly Shanahan was worried about him taking too many hits. And I just want to go ahead and hear this. And I know, Justin, you listen to this, so you probably should mute me for the next minute here. I was the guy who rooted for Jimmy G. I put him in my top 9 at the beginning of the season. Brandon did not hit in the top 15 for his quarterback rankings. And it's making me look really dumb right now. And here's what I have no understanding about is that team should be literally firing on all cylinders. But if you're going to have Kyle Shanahan, who is afraid to call plays, you're going to do the same thing he's going to do. Or he's afraid his quarterback, that is a starting quarterback, is going to get hit. Do not play him unhealthy. He's already coming off of an ACL. He has had issues in the past. I do not understand that. I think it's a horse crap excuse. He threw 2 picks in 17 attempts. He got legitimately benched. I couldn't care less what his ankle looked like. If it was that big of a deal, he should not have played.
He's not on the injury report. He's not on
Garoppolo?
the injury report. No.
Yeah, I mean he shouldn't be because he didn't freaking play at all. I don't. I need to see a big win from San Francisco to have that playoff thing because that division is definitely looking out of reach right now.
So is that your sleeper pick, or are you still going with the Rams?
I am 100% gonna go with the Rams. I'm just
So you're
so
starting
angry.
to see through the Garoppolo. It's
I
not Garoppolo's fault. It's the fault
No,
is that
that is true.
Kyle Shanahan put the game in Garoppolo's hands. He had such a great running game, and I would just wanted to see them run right through Kansas City. I was cheering so hard, and then all of a sudden he says, "Let's." It was different when he put the ball in his MVP's hands back with the Falcons and Matt Ryan. But don't put the ball in Garoppolo's hands. He's not even like he had an MVP season in their running game. They never asked him to throw more than 8 passes in the previous game.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
So thankful that's
I don't even blame Garoppolo for that, honestly. And
it's
as
not
you
that
know,
I'm mad
I'm not a Garoppolo apologist
not.
by any means,
Not the sense.
or someone that says that he's good. Obviously, he's good, but I don't think he's in that top
Elite.
tier of quarterbacks. Definitely not elite. So yeah, that's
Fair enough.
pretty much to be expected.
So either we're both gonna go Rams here. I do need a big win for the Niners to prove our whole playoff thing right, or I'm really considering jumping ship and hopping on the Brandon bandwagon. I don't have an issue admitting when I'm wrong. It probably happens more often than not in sports in general. But that is a bummer pick because I
Well, they
really
just
had
made me.
more faith.
They made me so mad with their post game stuff after the Super Bowl too. Like so cocky, just assuming that they're going to get back there. This is a big deal. Like everyone's hungry and they're coming for you this year, and you can't just, we expect to get back every year. It doesn't really work like that.
Let's go ahead and jump to. We got 2 Monday night games. I know I said that last week. I'm sorry, it's all TBD naturally. It all gets moved around. I know there is actually one of these games that are considering getting postponed because of COVID. I know we're running into our 20-minute mark here, so we'll probably jump through these games real quick for you guys. Got the Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills. Chiefs do have Le'Veon Bell. That's a very recent signing. That's crazy. 401 Buffalo Bills team that he was considering going to, ironically. 2 of the teams on the Jets' next 3. The Dolphins is 3rd. I don't know if that matters. I don't know if that's why he did it. I don't care. Not really a big deal. Going with the Chiefs. I know I've been high on the Bills, but going with the Chiefs.
I think the problem was you watched that Bills game with me, and I ensued some doubt into your.
I would wholeheartedly agree.
Into your Bills pick. I think, yes, Kansas City will add insult to injury by stealing Le'Veon Bell, jerking the rug out from underneath the Bills, and then they will club them over the head this week.
Yeah, won't be good. Last of the Monday night games, you got the Arizona Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys are going to be starting the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton, who can do some damage here. Kyler Murray has a chance to make a statement win, and I think the majority of the country is going to go that way. What about you, Brandon? How are you feeling about this?
I actually really trust Andy Dalton as the Cowboys quarterback moving forward.
Well. 100%.
I really do. And so, with that said, I'm still picking the Cardinals. I don't know. I picked them to go, make the playoffs, and so I kind of see them needing to win this game. They can't lose to this bad Cowboys team. They really can't.
I'm going to go Cardinals as well, and it has to do with a lot of the time I really do think, because I 100% agree with you, I think Dallas is going to be a great, Andy Dalton is going to be a great Dallas quarterback. I think he'll do very well, do all the right things. He will throw all the right passes. I think he'll hand the ball off just fine if McCarthy ever decides to run. However, and I know that is an emotional game. This is a very emotional game. Dak's first game out. But after a gruesome injury, a lot of teams do not bounce back from an injury very, very gruesome. And I think the Arizona Cardinals have a chance to steal one. And I don't think the country is looking at it as a steal. But they're also underestimating Andy Dalton. But again, I'm still going Cardinals.
Fair enough. And one thing I think that actually could help the Cowboys with Dalton in the game is I think they're going to try and go to Zeke and run first to try and establish the run.
I hope McCarthy's that smart.
They don't ask Andy Dalton to do too much. And also, Andy Dalton was at his best when he had weapons, and he has weapons.
He does.
So give the ball to Zeke. Let him take, your 30-ish carries, 35. I believe they have Pollard still. And then don't ask Andy Dalton to do too much. But when he does have to make something happen, I mean, he's got CeeDee Lamb, he's got Gallup, and Amari.
It's a home game, though.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm still picking the Cardinals.
Yeah, definitely going to go Cardinals.
They should win the division, though, Cowboys. I still see them winning the division.
Anybody could win that division. If Alex Smith, by the way, starts,
They'll win by default.
they can win that.
Oh yeah, if Alex Smith starts, change the discussion. But I don't know if that's
100%.
the case.
But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Please give the Packers Bucs special podcast a listen. We would highly appreciate it. As always, thank you for listening. You'll get our Week 6 reactions as usual, and you'll hopefully hear both of us being in a pretty good mood. But Brandon said it pretty well, and I thought it was a quote that I want to wrap up with here. That one of us are definitely not going to be happy after that 4:00 game on Sunday. So I'm hoping it is not me. And I know you hope it's not you, and it'll be a very fun or very not fun podcast to shoot. Or edit, depending on how it works. But we're really looking forward to this week. We hope you guys are too. We love some football. Please like, subscribe, give Brandon a sub, and his channel at Brandon Calango. That is always linked in the description. And thank you guys very much. We'll have timestamps for every game. We'll see you next week.